Hey Corey, Joe Yuhan back here with part two of the video breakdown. This time we're going to talk about the idea of hip drive and this swing through leg efficiency. And so we talked about in the intro video about the importance of having an efficient swing through, how that impacts your overall efficiency, but also the stress that can be placed on a hamstring. And so I want to pop over. This is a really kind of fun video that shows, besides some impressive barefoot running, it really shows a really nice forward and upward hip drive. And so let's just kind of watch this. And so what you can see, you can kind of gravitate your eyes to two different things. You can look at what the knee is doing as it goes from this position and then drives upward here. That is a product of the hip and the abdomen here. But then you can also kind of look at where the foot goes as well. And so when you have an effective upward drive of this leg, the foot tends to kind of curl underneath. And that's not an active effort. One isn't necessarily trying to curl the foot back. But if you use your hip flexors and your abs well to drive up, the foot will just kind of follow suit. And so let's slow this down even more. I'll back this up a little bit more. And then just kind of watch that leg. And so as Mark here is flexing or driving this leg through, it is just becoming smaller. And that is a product of how well he is actively driving. And then you can kind of see it looks like he's going to land far in front of his body, but because his effort is directed upward, the leg then lands straight down. Let's watch a few more of these. It is worth noting that he's running pretty fast, so this is going to be exaggerated at this speed. But you can see from the time he pushes off, he is really efforting to have a strong upward and forward action of the leg, but in particular the hip and the knee. And so now if we come and we look at yours, let's back this up and we'll do the same side. And so that went by pretty quick. So let's slow this down to at least half speed. And so the biggest metric we can look at is what the foot does, right? That's easy to see. And I want you to just see how it's almost like this toe barely gets more than a few inches off the ground. So it's really kind of plowing through. And again, it's not the fault of the foot. It's really what's happening or not happening at the hip. It's the hip flexors that initiate this. So if we come to right here, okay. So right around here is when the hip flexors, we should be efforting to then now lift this up to here. As you can see, you're not lifting up, you're just kind of swinging low and through. And that's what we endeavor to change. We want to get you to be a little bit stronger in your abdomen, in your anterior core muscles, and in your hip flexors to lift more compact up and down.